Of course, I didn't get to the rest of my point, but obviously, if you do really enjoy, do consider subscribing on Twitch as well. Use your Prime subs. Help us to run more StarCraft 2 tournaments in the future. All of your support allows us to keep on running more games of StarCraft, so do check that out. Appreciate you guys. As we kick off into game number 1 of this best of 5 lower bracket final. In the top right, this is going to be our Red Brawlers player. This is MaxPax. In the bottom left, our Blue Terran. It's Team Liquid's Clem, MaxPax Clem, MaxPax Clem. We've seen it many a time before. Once we get ourselves, they're finally coming up. Rack's coming through. We're going to nibble at the SCV at the front just to start getting some damage done early. And we'll jump onto Indy's camera for a nice, smooth, observing experience to get this all started. Away we rumble. SCV's in the probe, just going to fight. A little bit of action back and forth. There's a factory already coming up. So just going to play the double gas before we expand here as Clem noteworthy. As the next Cybercore continue on through, the Assimilator and the Pylon coming up. We will see an Adept going to start Chrono boosting out of the gateway. He's just going to bring that straight on through. Everyone's going to hit. The Adept going to do a little bit of damage here and there, so a little bit of action coming on in. Just going to be able to get a probe there, but Reaper is going to nail one working to start us off. Get that started immediately. What's up, Raw Slasher? Thank you so much for the Prime. 10 months in total. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Guy, honestly, YouTube chat is just amazing. Legitimately, just two guys who have apparently taken it into game on StarCraft. Both returned to the YouTube chat and claim they beat the other guy. At this point, I'm just going to need to see the replay, guys. I'm just going to need the replay of this match. I've been watching you guys fight for the last 3 hours, it feels like. Stalker comes through trying to chase down those Reapers. They're going to get their third kills of the game. Do we get that last low HP probe? I don't think so. Oh, he does. Reapers shoot so fast. Hellion poke in the front, but it is a wall-off. Going to help to minimize what's going on. As a few probes go down. Can you guys bet? Yeah, absolutely. Give me 1 sec. Let me open that up for you guys. Twitch bets are open for 2 minutes, guys. But yes, back to this. Stalkers obviously do get the defense, but a little bit of damage taken, but a little bit more damage. You know, a little bit more investment to get that damage done in the first place anyway, right? A Raven comes up, Siege Tank comes through, a couple more Marines are building, the Blink is finishing shortly, the Prism is on the way. Probe comes across, we'll get that Blink finishing in a couple of moments, so get that done. So yeah, Stalker's going to try and fight. Bunker will take a few shots of damage. It's going to be having the push here from Hero. Would love to get that Bunker just to weaken up one of the points of defense of Clem. Gives you a few more options further down the line. It's still going to be tough to fight here because it's upper ramp. Tank is in position. That's one thing that we can look at a little bit. Marine's going to pull back. Stalkers will pull. A couple of tanks are there to try and keep those Stalkers away. We'll see. Hero still warping in the Stalkers. Going to finally get a Forge up to... sorry, not Hero. MaxPax going to try and get the Forge up and start moving into the next stage of this. So MaxPax is going to back it up a little bit. I mean, third base now operational. Starts up the charge as well. Sorry guys, my brain turned off for a moment as we swap between Hero and MaxPax. Raven will get an order turret down. First probe going down already. The bio unit still coming about. The CC coming online. Another order turret will go after a couple more probes. So a little bit more damage still being dealt. 4 workers, 5 workers going to drop here. Stem combat and +1 all continues to come on through. And we do have the charge, again, coming up to being about halfway done in the next few moments. Thanks for Siege. It gets set up. I'm trying to push across the map. This is where the Stalker's going to try and deny him for as best we can. Fire pushing, Stalker's getting chased. And a few probes are already going down. That person has to be super careful of those mines. Kind of forced back to the natural because of that. Clem's push across the other side, forces the Stalkers to blink up to the high ground. A little bit of bio here. A couple of tanks going to still fire. I mean, this is tough for MaxPax having to defend into his natural. It's going to be extremely tough as it's going to be having the Stalker still going down. A couple more units poking and prodding. And their +1 attack upgrade. Colossus as well still coming through. The Raven drops another order turret in. Stalker taking damage. A couple of Zealots are going to run on up. Sentry will get cleaned out as all goes down. Another couple of units going to load up and peel away to the sides once again. Pile runs up this natural once more. Pile taking damage. A couple of Widow Mine shots of firing. Bio coming back the other side once more here. Stalker's still taking some shots. The Colossus moving about. Zealots are in production. Had a couple of gateways on amongst everything else. Clem has too much, and he is going to take the first game off of MaxPax. So Clem bouncing back from a loss against Hero and is going to take the first game here. Top right hand side, our red Protoss player is going to be MaxPax. And he is down a game here as we head into game number 2 of this series. It is in the bottom left, our blue Terran player Clem. Excellent gas coming in. We do see the gate and the assimilator coming up as well. We get that coming through for a few moments. refinery coming through. Again, Rax Gateway coming online. We get this settled. Take a couple of moments here, and our opening on ley lines will be determined. The SCV currently chases our probe. Reaper is going to be popping. Cybercore on the next is coming up. Get this underway. And the Reaper goes out across to the upper right hand side. Just going to see the factory coming through, the CC coming up as well. Continue to get that going as the Reaper makes its way across. Reaper moves across. The Adept is just going to go and Chrono Boost out. Just going to see the Reaper hitting those pros, but the Adept is there. Reaper will respect the Adept and the Twilight Council. The choice from MaxPax is no surprise. Expect them to play a lot of Blink in this series, a lot of Blink openers, a lot of Blink pressure. Reapers just gather up. Alina's going to be there. The Twilight Council, like I say, soon to be done. Gives us that opening. And chooses to fight the Adept here, Clem. Would like to take that early game unit out. Maybe feels like there's more potential for him following that. As I was going to say, if that Adept commits to that shade, it's going to be a bad time. Clem is still going to commit through, trying to get the Adept to gain here. One Reaper now low. He's just going to back it up. Goes up into the main base, couple of probes taking shots. The Adept gets bopped around. Adept is going to turn onto the Reapers. The probe goes down as well, so the Adept and the probe both getting picked off. Other probes taking shots. Just going to see a couple of workers still going down. Some good damage being done across the board as 4 probes. I'm going to get flopped at the moment, make it 5, make it 6. It's a very good set of harassment from Clem. Clem is doing well early in the games. It was the same against Hero. He was definitely getting himself damage done early, putting himself in some good initial positions. It's the follow-ups to that which have been a little bit more out there and a little bit more questionable in the grand scheme of things. The medevac going to come boosting across the top here. Mine's going to unburrow. Probe's going to get in. 3 workers going down. 6 workers now. GG. It's a clean, simple game number 2, and Clem has got a 2-0 lead in this season. So we'll have to be quite a switch in momentum here. In the top right, our red Protoss player is MaxPax. Taking on the blue Terran in the bottom left. It is going to be Clem. Game 3. Hope there's best of 5. A simulator coming up. Yeah, Clem has been great at just getting some of that early damage done so far. Probe nibbles. SCVs take damage. Gonna be seeing the Reaper popping through. Factory on the way. Cybercore and the Nexus coming online. I see that Cybercore finishing up. Grenade. See a couple of probes getting bounced about. Twilight Council coming through. The starport building from Clem. The deck comes up. Gonna go after the Reaper. And the Reaper gets chased around for a couple of moments. So far, so good. Now, Twilight Council will finish up shortly from MaxPax, so we'll get that completed. Gateway coming through as well. And we just Chrono Boost on that blink.
Game paused.
PP gets called. Let's take a moment here. 3.5 minutes in on Amygdala. No big issue. Get right back to it. Get back into this game. Couple of depths then shading down the right side. MaxPax's going to try and apply some pressure. Once again, going to rely on that blink upgrade early. Depths have to get into the main base. They're going to be able to find some damage. A couple Marines with a siege tank will help. Here comes the attack of Clem once again, though. The medevac going to get set up. But a minor shot fires. The few Marines load back up. Blink continues to Chrono Boost for a few moments. A few more probes going down again. Blink finishes. Raven is on the way. Focus around that upper left. So we're going to shoot. Hellion goes down. We're going to get shot at here. Robo Bay, the Forge, the Nexus continue to come about as you just see the couple of Reapers continue, Barracks continuing through. We're actually going to get a game where Clem does not do incredible early game damage, and MaxPax might actually get to play into the mid to later stages of it instead. Marines tank's going to come about. Stalker's going to get hit. Let's see what Clem can do on a bit of a larger push right now as we get this going. Mine drops. A couple of auto turrets are going to fight the battery taking damage. The tank positioning, but it feels like this is only tanks. If you can get on top of those tanks, this is It's become a little bit tough for Clem. I'm not sure if MaxPax can do that without losing too much, though. I mean, that's the great question overall. He's coming around the other side. You can obviously try and shut down some reinforcements from there as well. Marines and a Marauder tanks as well, whacking away on that Nexus currently. Stalker's intercepting. Here we go. Need to knock the tanks down here. The Immortal keeps trying to shoot at the Reaper. Blink onto the final tank, and that should be good for the cleanup. So MaxPax gets the cleanup, but like I say, it was expensive. It wasn't free. We'll get the medevac too. Okay, nice little bonus at the end. Seven dead probes. I think MaxPax is still ahead by 6, so he's still in a comfortable spot in that regard. I'm gonna shoot. Stalkers again, push back, charge on the way. Fire still gathers. Where am I gonna go? Try to hit the Stalker, doesn't quite manage it. Stalker step across. MaxPax has the +1 attack coming through, the +2 attack coming on the other side. Good one shoots. Bio continues forward. This is a moment in the game where MaxPax is obviously about to hit his thermal lance, get into the Colossus up. Like, to me, MaxPax is about to start feeling even more comfortable in this game, but I guess we'll see. What's about to happen is the force fields, yeah, I mean, as Clem tries to push in the first time here, does not manage to do too much. Zealots will charge it up, a couple of Widow Mines going off. We'll see our Bio able to get those Zealots as well. Stalkers will continue to settle. A couple of medevacs on the top left-hand side continue to settle down. Medevac's come over, just gonna unload. At the same time, our Colossus are doing a great job over here. So MaxPax pushing it back comfortably on this left side, but the main base under heavy fire. MaxPax not mining, and currently he's gonna start losing power to his gateways as well. He's gonna do what to deal with this. Recalls to the natural starts to step into the main. A DT has been working its way through this. More Colossus coming about. Stalkers will build. The Bio Army getting up to the top side. Bio just steps straight through again. A couple of those probes taking damage. Stalkers taking hits. And the Colossus get back in position here. MaxPax's supply is actually struggling. He's struggling with the units being all over the place. His main army's been great. Been all the other little portions of it that have not been so hot. He does get some damage on the other side. Clem cleans up though. Still losing more and more probes. So for any SCVs he's killed, Clem has killed twice as many. And Clem is actually ahead on workers, ahead on army. Upgrades are catching up from Clem as well. He's 1-1 to +2, but he's going to be on 2-1 soon. No upgrade currently building from MaxPax. He tries to get Templar Archives down instead. Stalkers will kill the Widowmine. Just going to be seeing the bio continues through. The couple of Vikings continuing across. Again, Zealots and Templar Archives coming up on the side of MaxPax. We add a +1 armor into this. Auto is dropping down. The probes pull back. Templar Archives will chrono boost out the storm. Bring that straight on in. Is MaxPax not good? MaxPax is probably the best Protoss in the world outside of Hero. He's extremely good, but Clem today seems to have his number. Like I say, it's funny when these two play. We cast a grand final between these two the other week. I just uploaded it to my YouTube separately the other day. And Clem got stomped 4 games in a row. So it's like, you know, these two really ping-pong between results of each other. More than anything else. Kind of shows the level of that sometimes series can just go so one-sidedly one way, and then so easily swap the other way around. The water turrets will fire. Zealots are going to charge on up. Some shots coming through. What is fun here is that Clem obviously gets maxed out. We'll see MaxPax maybe has a chance to max out as well. Fire steps back. The Zealots will get a wrap around on some rocks as well. Archons come through and we'll open up that possibility of a 5th base for MaxPax. Just stepping through, the Vikings gathering up. Zealot's going to go for a wraparound as well. Big fight obviously with the storm coming down, helping to zone on the bottom side. MaxPax is going to come out of this in a good spot, I think. The Zealots in position 2, so Clem can't really stick around. He'd get surrounded. He would be in a pretty troubling position. A couple units in the natural now, going after a few more workers. Yeah, MaxPax taking a good trade deeper into this game. We are definitely anything but decided just yet. Movements to move around. The army of MaxPax still chilling on the top side for a couple of moments. Probably going to turn, but going to fight. A couple of those Zealots already taking some shots. The advanced ballistics and the +2 ship weapons coming through as well. Comes Bioforce still gathering up. Advanced ballistics finishing. +2 ship weapons on the way. Obviously, a big upgrade. +2 ship weapons helps the libs a lot when it comes to fighting off those stalkers. That's a Ghost that's gonna get a a high Templar there just with the auto attacks because it's cloaked up and there's no detection available. Probs will come across, mine off that gold base. We're 70 minutes in on Amygdala. This series has started to take a turnaround. Definitely an exciting final game here, potentially, if Clem wins. Obviously, if it doesn't go Clem's way, we continue this series. I think is what everyone really is cheering for, even more StarCraft. As the Bio and the Vikings gather up, remember, Hero waits in the Grand Finals. He'll get a 1-0 lead in that Grand Final as well. As that +2 ship weapons finishes. Order turrets are going to go straight onto the Temple Archives. Going to knock that straight down, or at least try to. Command Center is building up from Clem as well. We get 3 more of those coming through. The Bioforce is going to be there. Pylon, battery, cannon coming through. Good feedback and storm combination to get rid of those medevacs also. Oh, good EMP onto some of those Stalkers, but now we're going to start splitting. Storms all across the board. Oh, Clem with a good chase down here. Gets another sniper 2 off. The Colossus is going to die. We've got EMPs still available as well. Those ghosts have so much energy. The rest of MaxPax's army was in the wrong side of the map. So he gets chased hard to the upper left. Now Clem going to come back towards the bottom right, but now he's going to get sandwiched. He has to lift what he can and just get out of there. Clem will lose a few Vikings. He will lose a bunch of units that didn't fit into the medevacs. Horrible start for MaxPax, but a much better turnaround as Clem probably needed to just back away after winning in the top left. Obviously, just take the win and then get out rather than pulling back toward the center. He basically re-gave MaxPax the surround. Liberators siege and MaxPax will have to step away. MaxPax's issue now is going to be those Liberators in high numbers with range. Fighting those with only Stalkers is always going to be difficult as, MaxPax gets cornered. Planetary Fortress in the bottom right. Clem's army in the upper left. And what we're going to do, we're going to try and fight through this. The Liberators are going to try and siege. They're very stacked up. Storms could be huge, but I think we've used our last storm. EMPs have come down. The Zealots are disappearing. Bio's going to be left to fight against Stalkers. MaxPax's army is going to come crumbling. We lose a couple Marauders to the Disruptor Shot, but there goes no more. We dive on forward. Another Archon in the front goes down. 2 Colossus, though, are going to be relatively untouched. So there's nothing to really fight those. The Liberator will hold the ramp, stop MaxPax from re-engaging through and chasing Clem himself, as Clem continues to re-attain control in the bottom right with SCVs. There's 30 SCVs over 16 positions to mine from. I mean, that's a lot of oversaturation bottom right, especially in a game where if that base goes down, that means you're losing almost twice the workers you need to be losing on that position. It'd be obviously very silly. Another Disruptor Shot fires but does not land. Planetary protecting the Planetary protecting the watchtower a little bit as well. Funny. As y'all can see, the Bio gonna try and fight. A little EMP going down on the Stalkers. Some supply is trailing. He's struggling to rebuild as quickly as MaxPax has done. MaxPax looking very good. As he presses down into the bottom. A couple of EMPs come through. Clem is really struggling to get units back online, it seems. He's currently completely lacking Vikings to fight the Colossus as well. It's a major problem for sure. EMP comes down, Disruptor Shot lands onto a couple of Marauders. But the Disruptor Shot firing does not quite land just yet. Clem trying to chase into this. Gets good EMPs. Zealots from the upper left are going to make it miserable for Clem. He does not have enough on the ground at all. MaxPax has money for days as well. The Vikings are going to try and kite out some of these Colossus. We got all the way back. EMP plus the Planetary trying to save this situation. The SCV is already doing the repairs. The Disruptor Shot finds a Ghost. Will continue to zone through the choke point, making it a difficult chase down. We're shooting down Vikings, which means that the Colossus will be kept safer as well. Jump into the bottom right, Disruptor Shot, good for the SCVs. Planetary going down, I mean, that felt inevitable, but now MaxPax has had a little slip in supply himself, but he's got the money to rebuild a bit more easily. EMPs setting up. We are going to see a snipe on a High Templar of all things. Clem's actually going to be able to now push back. He gets in position here. You're going to have to split those disruptors. And he does so beautifully so far. Disruptor's not doing much. Even going to start killing some, but he does lose 3 ghosts to that disruptor shot. The Vikings have chased for the Colossus, so they are down as well. MaxPax is now one gets pushed back the other direction again. Chasing through, we're going to kill a Nexus of MaxPax. And Clem bounces back across the map and is able to return heavy fire. Incredible. Another disruptor shot fires through. 9 probes have gone down. Bio, ghosts, libs around the left-hand side. We do have a couple medevacs coming over as well. The Reservoir Siege, the Zards want to come chasing through. The Storm comes down, a lot of the Bioforce is taking damage. We are going to lose the Planetary Fortress. Clem just needs to get some units across here to try and play cleanup. A lot of these units are very vulnerable. There's no Zealots to protect them. The Colossus that's reinforcing is actually going to die. Meanwhile, Clem's got an army top left. That's where all the Zealots are, but they're melting because there's too much bio there. Clem is actually winning this fight on 2 different fronts, some way, somehow. It's actually pretty darn incredible what he's managing to do so far. We're going to get rid of another Nexus. We continue to come through. Disruptor shot. Dead center on that group of bio. If MaxPax wants to stay in it, it's going to be a hits like that that will help him do it. I'm going to kill the rocks on his gold, open up that access point. However, he's out of position for this army coming down over here. The 6 o'clock once again in trouble. Lib's in a good position. We push back once again. A few Marines coming through too. We see now units getting hit in the bottom right side. I mean, Clem losing positions, but he's on 150 army supply to the 86. Is anything MaxPax doing here going to make up for this? Bio, Viking, Lib, joins up together. Going to be seeing the Bio going to spread out as we come to chase this force down. Libera is sieging up as we go. You see the Storm coming about as well. The rest of the Bio coming over. Gonna see a couple of Zards going to get wrapped around here. I'm actually going to get friend from the other side, though, and that's going to be the issue. MaxPax gets jumped on, and that's going to be too much. GG's, and Clem is going to take game 3 of this best of 5, and he is going to get a 3-0 and advance through to the Grand Finals rematch. Congrats to Clem. Played a very solid series.